Hey everybody, I'm Eric Schweitzer from the Gamer.com editorial team, and I'm here with features lead Jade King. And at the end of this video, you're going to see a cow get set on fire.
Yes.
So get ready for that. Jade, we only have a little bit of footage here from Capcom of the Resident Evil 4 remake. So walk us through this. First of all, how much did you actually get to play?
I played basically everything you're going to see in this video. From the traditional opening of Resident Evil 4, when you leave the cops behind and you go towards the first building where you see the first Ganados and you walk up to him with Ashley's picture and start a fight. But this time, Capcom has built it up so much. Like, it feels like more of a tense, slow paced survival horror mixed with that campy action that Resi 4 is known for, and it's so good.
So what you're seeing right now is that cabin before you make it to the first village, but obviously it's much bigger. This is a longer sequence.
Yeah,
And
this is a really long sequence. It's built up, there's multiple enemies in here, and it takes its time unveiling the mystery about what this place is. There's more mythology to it than there was before. Like, he's going to see the dead cop now, and you find his badge on the ground ahead of time.
this is the same Leon actor from Resident Evil 2 remake. Could you tell from the performance if it feels like the same guy? Is there a continuation from Resident Evil 2 remake to this one?
Yeah, this takes place 6 years after the Resident Evil 2 reboot, and there's an introductory cutscene, which isn't seen in this footage, that I saw, which chronicles the events of 2 and some of 3 before going into Leon's shoes. And it was kind of cut down for time in the demo I played, but you can immediately tell it's the same character, but he's somewhat older, more, I suppose, paranoid and driven given what he's been through. And that is reflected in the gameplay as well.
We're cutting around a lot, but you can see that you're running into some of the infected villagers here right away, long before you get to the village intro that people are really familiar with. I also noticed that you could see the parasite sort of coming out of them already. And I feel like in the original one, it wasn't until much later in the game that they started to show that they were more than just normal zombies.
Yeah, this a lot of the way this is presented, like a lot of the environments are more weathered and almost like Capcom knows that fans are going to recognize them in a similar way to Final Fantasy VII Remake. It feels like they've approached this knowing that it needs to be for newcomers and for fans who love Resi 4. And walking through it and stepping through it, there are so many tiny little details I saw in the enemies or the environment that are leading towards the story that is going to be told that weren't in the original, obviously, because it's quite an old game. But they've also modernized it without leaving behind that original spirit, which is a very hard thing to do.
You still have your roundhouse kick, which we just saw. Was there any other new mechanics or modernized gameplay?
Yes, there's almost like a stealth system now. So Leon can crouch and take people out from the shadows. And so you could walk around this opening village and essentially stealth it if you were good enough. And you see here, Leon can press R2 to use his knife to fight off enemies or fatal attacks that might otherwise kill him. But the knife also has a durability meter, so you need to be careful how you use
There's
it.
a cow.
And yes, here there's a lot of stuff in the environment, whether it be that torch that can set the cow on fire and anger the villagers, or pieces of the environment you can knock down or enemies can knock down that will change the pace of a battle or how you might encounter certain things. Like, I ran through this section about 4 times in a variety of different permutations, and each time I saw something new or there was a new surprise. Like, I got attacked by chickens, or I ran in here because this is the classic Resi 4 sequence where the chainsaw enemy runs up on you and he cuts through the door, this time in a way that is much more dramatic, and you need to take your time and prepare to attack him. Capcom didn't get the shotgun, which is bad on their part.
Yeah, I was going to say, we all know where that shotgun is. And as far as I can tell from the footage, the layout of the village is pretty much the same as the original, right?
Yeah, the layout and the level design is exactly the same as it was in the original from what I saw, but there's also some additional details, such as small wells scattered throughout this village, which were locked off for me, but I assume in the full game there'll be a chance to go down there and explore, or maybe they connect to other parts in the world. Or you'll see in a second, like, the chainsaw man can cut down parts of the environment to trap you in. in context sensitive ways that make surviving or your playthrough quite unique, which is rare for a game like Resident Evil, which is often super scripted. Like he's going to do it now, and this I played through this level about 4 times, and there were so many different permutations I saw.
I think it's pretty amazing how well that they've captured the spirit of the original, but
Yeah,
we're going to definitely be getting a lot of surprises.
I cannot wait to see more of this.
Thanks so much for checking out this Resident Evil 4 footage. Jade's full written preview is down in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and visit us at thegamer.com. That's the gamer, no space.